I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, bro. Come on.
As the big man Ian Wright said there, people deluded, I'm back again. You're not smiling, Zar, man. We scored 7 goals. We finally scored again. Everything's great, bro.
I'm not sick anymore. You see what happens when Arsenal plays well, the sickness goes away. When Arsenal plays like they played against West Ham, I get COVID like sicknesses, bro. I mean
Fuck, you
it's
know.
it's that's this team, man. This team. It's like, you ask yourself, I'm happy, of course. I mean, 7-1 now that the second leg is now dead. I don't know if they can even sell. I just saw online people complaining that the stadium's gonna be empty for tickets. I don't know if they're gonna be able to sell any tickets. But it's like the two Premier League games cost us, bro. The two Premier League games where we played like garbage, and then this one we wake up. Listen, I mean, I bashed them the last time I was here, but
Pause, pause.
the pause,
That's
pause.
crazy.
I mean, I tore him to pieces. Pause, Arteta when I was here,
Right.
but credit where credit's due. You put your hand up, and that's what we want. That's what we want. Like I have nothing personal against the guy. I just want Arsenal to be winning, and that 7-1 felt good, bro.
Why did we score 7 goals? Like, where have these goals been?
That's the same question I'm asking, because I mean, if you had asked me right before that, when the lineups came out, the setup was the same. The setup was the same. It's, Marino. I was worried when I saw that he was. Granted, we don't have any options up there, but granted, I was worried when I saw that he was the one striking up there. Sterling on the bench, and all, and yeah, from the get go, from the first half, bro. That what the Timber goal goes in. Declan Rice looked like a 100 million player, £100 million player. That's what we want from him. He did well. Then the two boys linking up, Ethan and Miles for Ethan's goal. He put a top bins. That was good.
They've been
Marino
making England call
himself.
ups today as well, both of them.
Yeah, I don't get this whole logic, the logic behind the whole England setup and how they operate. I don't get it.
Why?
Like, bro, the kid is balling. Nwaneri is one of the top players in the Premier
Some would
League.
say
He's
Spain got Yalmao, 17 years of age in the Spanish squad in the
yeah,
Euros. Like, if you're good
yeah.
enough, are you not old enough?
He's balling in the Premier League. He's balling in the Champions League. And you're gonna say he needs one more under 21, one more under 21. Look, like, are they crazy? It's insane. It's just unfortunate that there's no other competing nation for him. I mean, I don't think the kid will play for Nigeria. He grew up in England and all, but he should be walking right into the senior team. Both of them, both him and Miles. The fact that they're going to the under 21s is absolute crazy. And they're gonna pick the usuals where it doesn't matter how they're playing on the field. It's their last name that gets them picked for England. And that's why, I mean, that's why, if you ask me, that is why too much political selection. That is why they never get over that final hurdle. Get the politics out of there. Pick people based off merit, and your team will do well. So, but shout out to them, man. The seven was good. Trossard also scored. Calafiori. Can we talk about that? The guy is not a defender. The
It
guy
doesn't make
is
sense, man.
the
He's
guy,
an enigma of a footballer. What a
bro.
run and finish and an
His ball
impact.
striking. Odegaard, what a ball he put in for him. He's another one that got murdered on here last week.
We're gonna
He
speak
played
about him. Don't worry. We're gonna speak
played
about Art
played
Martin.
very well. But Calafiori's ball striking this entire season. Go back to the City game. Each time
Wolves as well.
he's in the final third. The guy's ball striking. He's probably in the final third. I'll put him up there with Trossard based off what I've seen this season, and with Trossard as our two best ball strikers in that final third. It's absolute crazy. So I wouldn't hate, honestly. I wouldn't hate the Premier League's dead. The Premier League's dead anyway. I wouldn't hate Arteta experimenting and pushing him up the
You
field a
got,
bit
got
more.
no you got no choice. Like
Basically,
Marino got a goal and assist. It's clearly what Arteta wants to do, but it's not his strongest position. And again, like you said, the league's a write off. But if it was neck and neck with Liverpool and we were fighting, we'd be looking at we wouldn't be looking at it differently, but we would. What do you make of Odegaard though, man? Because some critics would say he only turned it on when we scored about 2 or 3. Some have said, where has our captain been? To get 2 goals, yeah, the keeper was horrible, but to get 2 goals and assists. And I actually think he did well with the pressing, and him and Marino kind of
yeah.
alternate in that regards. But do you think Odegaard's back now? Do you think he's laying down the marker? Do you think maybe not just him, but you could also say all of our attackers will get onto Sterling, but with the exception of him, everyone who's been struggling kind of shared the goals around. Like, do you think Odegaard can step up? Do you think the players will lay down a marker now going into the United game? Do you think goals are here to
This
stay?
this is what we want. This is what we want from him. But again, he doesn't beat the allegations. His allegations is he shows up. He shows up in nothing situations. So that this game does nothing to clean that up for him. Big games, he's still a no-show when we've needed him this entire season. The
He
guy
said
has
he's not
been
been
a
good enough
no-show.
this season, to be fair,
Yeah,
his own words.
yeah, no, yeah. I mean, anyone that has 2 eyes, I saw that quote from him, and anyone that has 2 eyes that watches him, that's watched him play
Stevie
the
Wonder
last
could
four or
see,
five
could see
years.
Odegaard struggling,
You
man.
can, yeah, you can see that the guy hasn't shown up this season, and this is what we want. But again, does not beat the allegations because, as you alluded to, this is no disrespect or anything, but he wasn't the game breaking. He didn't make the game breaking moment. I mean, that was the first goal was who scored first? Timber scored first.
Yeah, Timber
He
scored
wasn't
first.
involved in that goal, and the Timber
Lewis,
one that
Lewis
was
Kelly,
Rice.
Rice, and yeah, obviously Timber, the goal scorer.
Yep. And then who was the second? The second goal was Nwaneri.
Yeah, was it when Harris? I think it was. When you score seven
Nwaneri.
goals, it's hard to remember chronological orders, but
The
I'm
order,
sure it was
yeah.
Timber, then Ethan, and then everybody
And then
else just
I
started
forgot
begging.
Marino, Trossard, whatever. But
I'm
yeah,
sure
the
Marinos might have
two
been third. Timber was good as well, man. It's just
in
nice
the
to score goals, man. It's good for the confidence. We're a weird little team like that, in that it
that's
wouldn't
so
surprise me if we go on a little run now.
that's the main takeaway from the Odegaard situation. Was it a game breaking assist, game breaking goal that he made? No. Did he get the 2 goals that he did during the game? Yes. And now we hope and pray with the running coming in, even with the Champions League still looking a bit alive. You hope and pray that the player that Martin Odegaard is finally wakes up for the rest of the season. Is it too little, too late? If you ask me, absolutely, brother. We needed
Collectively
you.
as a team, it's too little, too late, man.
Yeah, we needed you in the Premier League. You let us down, and now you show up when it's we're basically we're
And the
basically
FA Cup and
playing
the League Cup,
we're basically playing free, with free money kind of here. Because if you
free
ask
hit.
any Arsenal fan, right? All right, the PSV thing is done. Let's say it's done. I'm going to assume it's done, being 7-1 and all that. Do you expect anything out of the next round or the next round going forward in the Champions League? No. So
You
it's
don't.
it's
You don't reckon that we might be able to scumbag our way to. You're normally optimistic, man. Like you got the potential of Real Madrid or Atletico. You don't think we can do anything? And like even on that, who would you rather face, Real or Atletico? Because it's
brother,
techie either way.
that three-headed monster of Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vinicius running at our defense for counter. You know exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna
And their
sit there,
midfield, Valverde doing madness. There's bare players
absorb,
doing madness.
and that counter.
Courtois in goal.
You gotta respect their pedigree. You gotta respect their pedigree. Their tie looks like it's still in the balance there, 2-1. Let's
The
see
second
what
half is in the Bernabeu. Second leg, sorry, next year
at
round will be in
at
the Bernabeu as well.
at the Bernabeu. Let's see what they can do at home there. But I'm not too. Both those teams worry me. Both those teams worry me. I hear Julian Alvarez is doing a madness for
You
for
didn't
for
see his
Atletico
goal.
this season. No,
He
I,
is
I
doing the
saw,
madness. Did you see
I,
his
I saw,
goal?
I saw it in the Champions League. It's just La Liga where I don't follow him week in week out, but I'm hearing that he's playing well and he's scoring in La Liga like a madman. So we'll see how that goes. Do I expect a result? Am I gonna lose sleep as much as, yeah, of course it'll sting and all that. Am I gonna lose sleep as much as maybe like the West Ham game. No, I mean it's we'll be playing one of the Madrids, either Atletico or Real Madrid. So you want to win it. You want to win every single game that you play, but you also gotta respect the fact that they got that 15, they got the 14, or I mean however many they have, 14,
It's
15
Real Madrid. It should be renamed their
on their
Champions League.
shoulder.
To be
Yeah.
fair, it's their competition. I can't
Mhm.
lie.
So, but that bridge will cross because that tie still is in the balance. We'll cross that bridge. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. But I really hope that this PSV game has just given us a little. We do this every year, deluded. When it's all over, said and done, we'll go on like a 10 win, 11 win streak. I
No
mean,
pressure, Arsenal. Maybe the Dubai trip is starting to kick in now.
there it is. So I point to that season when we're wearing the yellow and black, the lime green and black away kit, went to Dubai, changed our fortunes. When Arteta got hired, he went through that slump where it was 10 games, got nothing. Smith Rowe came into the team. We went on a run, saved his life. So we do this. It's I wouldn't be shocked to see us go on a little run. I hope that run isn't just in isn't just in the Premier League. I actually hope that run translates more to the Champions League because that's what's alive. Liverpool. I don't see Liverpool. I don't see Liverpool slowing down because we need
They could do a treble this year of
we
sorts.
need
Like they're in
yeah.
the League Cup final. They basically won the Premier League, in
Spamming,
all but name.
spamming a win yesterday, which was they had no
I
business
mean, at
winning
the end,
that
like
game.
PSG
Allison,
only got themselves to blame, bro. Like it reminded me of watching Arsenal. You can have all these possession shots, but you need to take your chances. And when you switch off for
they
a
had
moment,
70%
that
possession,
happens.
bro.
You got to put the ball in the back of the net, and Liverpool's luck continues. You didn't actually answer the question though. Who would you rather, gun to your head, play? Real Madrid or Atletico? You have to play one of them. On paper, right now, it's Real Madrid, but who would you rather play?
I mean, that's the one. That's the one we know how to beat, right? We know Madrid is the team we know how to beat. I'll rewind back to what
That's
year was that? Oh
shameless.
six, oh six, when we went to the Bernabeu and Henri
You're
did
right,
that
but that's
run when he
shameless.
ran down the whole field. So give me Madrid. That's the one we know, deluded.
That is shameless,
Nah,
man.
I don't want any one of them, bro. That game I'm gonna be watching like this. I would have a hoodie on covering up to here. My eyes are gonna be peeking halfway watching that game. It's two teams that are doing well in Spain. So we're in trouble. Who would I prefer? The front three. The front three for Madrid frightens me. We haven't really. I guess Liverpool has a similar kind of pacey kind of attack with that. It'll be interesting to see how our guys deal with a collective, pacey, quick counter-attacking attack like that. But out of the two teams, I guess I'd have to say Atletico.
I'm with you, and I'm kind of, even though I say that, I mean, like you said, whether it's the individual qualities, whether it's Carlo Ancelotti, whether it's whatever is in
Yeah.
the air with the Champions League with Real Madrid. Damn, if they could smoke us, if they really want to, the second legs at the Bernabeu, I do see it as a game where we'll quote unquote maybe a bit like not we won't do exactly what PSG did to Liverpool yesterday, but I think it will be fairly even in one of the legs, and they'll just get one opportunity and bag. Now so that's why I wouldn't want to play them with Atletico. I think it's a bit more even. They love to scumbag. We love to scumbag. Obviously, they've got players that are in form. I don't look forward to going to their place either. Naturally, maybe because of a bias for the players, but I'd rather play Atletico. But I don't want to downplay how difficult Atletico is, how great they are, the siege mentality of their manager, all of that jazz. If you do somehow go through against them, though, either the Reals or the Atletico, say we beat Real, just to exaggerate it, yeah, we beat Real. Would you believe we can win the Champions League? Would you think it's pending?
Deluded. It wouldn't even be. It won't need the time. I would if we win the first leg, I would start dreaming. That's how stupid I am.
That's
That
shameless, man.
if we win the first leg of that game, because of who it is, I know how my brain works. Because of who it is, I'm gonna tell myself we're playing Real Madrid. These are the holders. They've won this thing 15 gazillion times, however many times they've won it.
And counting.
If we beat these guys, if we beat them today, which we did, I mean, logic would dictate why would you call me crazy for thinking that we can win the whole thing? It's good. And literally, if we win the first leg, I'm going to be on cloud nine. And this is crazy. This is crazy to
For
say.
sure, it is.
But I think we actually do match up. It's the one area of our team that I trust the most, that we need for that game. And I think we match up pretty decently, man. I mean, our defense is
Explain
strong.
for people that don't know what you're
Our
referring to.
defense, our defense is strong. We've got a very good. I think we've got very three. We've got at least three very good one-on-one defenders, which is what we need. Calafiori or the left side, I won't really count that. I won't really count that because most likely whoever's playing there is going to be the one that's transitioning.
You
That's
got a young Lewis Skelly and
inverting.
a unorthodox Calafiori defensively against Real Madrid. Are you not
That's
scared?
our that's our only. See, that's our only gripe. It'll depend on the three, because how we set up, right, is, well, we have the three guys at the back. So Magales, who defends in the middle? Yeah, Magales. Saliba's in the middle, right? Yeah, Saliba's in the middle. Magales will shift to the left zone, and Timber goes in that right zone when we have the ball, and in transition, of
I
course,
wouldn't be
Skelly
against Timber going left back, in that game. Timber left back,
Skelly
White
drops back.
coming
I
in.
was gonna
I
say,
don't
I
I
was
don't
gonna
think
say
Arteta won't be against that. I don't know if he
that's
should
what
do that, but it's an option.
that's actually what I was gonna suggest. That let's get as many of our good one-on-one defenders on the field there. Ben White, Ben White might have to see. I mean, if we can get him up to speed, yeah, I don't know where he's at with his recovery and all that. But if he can start the Man United game, that would be huge. If he can
And we
get
need
like,
our players to bag as well, like what this
if he can
comment
get,
saying that
is the attack gonna be that? I mean,
you
that's
need
that's
your players in
another.
the final third to do
that's
something, man.
the that's the other side of the coin, that that but unfortunately that's the side of the coin that if we're being honest, I mean, get rid of the PSV thing. That's a side of the coin that ain't working. So that's the side of the coin that's more of a, you can it's easier to predict our defensive side, as opposed to our offensive side. So if we are solid, if we're just solid defensively, as you said, get Ben White in there, get out of left side, move Timber will be better defensively, and even in transition, he can play that inverting thing where he comes into the midfield, and then we worry about how many chances is it gonna take, how many half chances is it gonna take for
You need
Trossard
to take
to
all
at
of them
least put
against Real
one
Madrid. They're
to
a
put
team
one
like
in the back of
Liverpool.
the
You
net.
have to kill. There's
Yeah,
something in the air in the champs.
if you don't take your chances against Madrid, you might as well just down tools. Just if you get an open goal and you're missing that, or you're missing one-on-ones, you might as well just forfeit the game right there and there. We can't afford this whole silliness of, okay, well, one-on-one, we create good chances, or we do the one half chance that we get and we just waste it. That we cannot afford against
Got
these
to
guys.
take your chances in the chat. And that's what I mean. Like, obviously, in an ideal world, we've got a significantly stronger team than now, yeah. But you're putting a lot of expectation on Wanyeri's shoulders. You're hoping this Marino or whatever thing continues. You're hoping Trossard does whatever. You're hoping that probably more Martinelli, but Saka or both of them are back fit. And you're gonna have to be perfect across two legs.
When would the tie be? Is it after the international break?
After the international break, yeah. So there's an extra couple of weeks. There's a couple of weeks rest. That's why I wouldn't mind
Okay.
Wanyeri and Lewis Skelly being called up because it's landmark and all of that in their careers. But selfishly, especially Wanyeri, who prior to the
Bro,
PSV
like,
games looked a
don't.
bit leggy, rest. Like big up catch. Why is everyone assuming Madrid going through? I hear the optimism thing, but it's Madrid, my guy. Like it's
Nah, you
Madrid.
gotta,
We have
you
to be
gotta,
fearless,
bro.
but it's Madrid.
You gotta assume the 15 time. They're the favorites. No matter, they could be 3-0 down, and until they're officially diluted, until it's 90 minutes and they are officially scratched off that table, Madrid is still favorites to win the Champions League. How you
I'd need us to
actually
be 7-1 up how we are at the moment against Madrid to genuinely think we're going through. I'll
There
be
it
real.
is. How you ask me, even that, I wouldn't be confident. How you ask me, I will tell you Juju. Juju is unexplainable. They have it. When it comes to Champions League, They have it. They are the kings. It's crazy. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how we need luck. We need a lot of luck. And I mean, I'm shameless. I'll take. I don't care. I don't care if we play terrible. Corner goes in. However it comes, we need that luck. We really
You have
do.
to make your own. It's just to find margins, man. And 9 times out of 10, we're not on the right one. And I look at Inter, Liverpool. Ironic, well, yeah, Inter, Liverpool, Barcelona, all yesterday showed that you need to be on the right side, man. Like at the end of the day, as much as we're scared, in this tournament, you got to expect to play the best in it. So
Yeah.
whether it's Real Madrid, Atletico, whoever else is in this, it'd be lovely if all the big teams go out, we go to the final and play like Dortmund or Lille or something with the greatest of respect to them, and then we finally get our first victory. I kind of want to carry on the theme with the champs, but like kind of focus a bit more on the PSV game. Yeah, obviously Marino, Ødegaard, Wanyeri, the left backs, everybody had a good game. Everybody ate. Partey went to sleep for the penalty. We allow him for that. One
Yeah.
attacker that
The
didn't thrive.
high.
And when you score 7 goals and you want everybody to kind of share. One guy that looked dead, Raheem Sterling, like where are we at with him? He'll probably get a start in the home leg, but yeah, Raza,
Story of the
talk to me.
season. Story of the season. I wasn't too worried. I mean, of course, it's upsetting that he still hasn't gotten going, but the fact the results just completely neutralizes it. It neutralizes everything in his situation. Even as a player, man, expectations. Because when he came in, we were already what? We were already like 5-1 up, 6-1 up, right? 5-6-1 up when he came on. What do you as a player mentality wise? You're coming on. It's already 5-6-1. How are you wired? How are you thinking? How are you? You're not gonna be as fired up. You're not gonna be as locked in because as bad as this may sound, you know what? You can afford to. You've afforded yourself that cushion that the team has afforded you that cushion where you can, it's 5-1 up and you can be an absolute no-show. So him not too worried about the actual about how he played because of the circumstance of the game. But we need him. We need him. We need
Come on,
him.
Zai.
I've
You're
been
being too
s-
political. Come on, Zai. He was dead,
I've
man. He
been
was dead.
saying. No, I mean he was. No, no. That okay. If,
Expectations
if
are
you're
on
if
the
you're asking
floor, and
me
it's been even worse for him.
if you're asking me how did he play, yeah, he was dead. He was absolute dead. But what do you as a player, bro? You're coming in 5-1, 5-1 as a player. The game's already done, right? The
Brother,
coach
you could
is
score, bro. Left back, look, left backs are scoring. You're like, you could get past it. Like, he's not getting past his man. His first touch is dead. He lost the ball most instantly when he came off the bench. I hear you. You're not wrong. It's 5-1. There's a bit of
yeah,
complacency. Come on, though, Sterling. Like,
and
you
that's
out of all the attackers needed goals prior to that game. Everyone was struggling, but out of everyone, you needed one. Like, and you would like. Let's be real. We're a weird confidence team. Like, I hope we beat Man United, but it won't surprise me if Marino gets another goal. Odegaard puts in another performance. Trossard does something. We're a weird team like that. We saw it towards the end of last year, like when we went to Dubai and whatnot. Sterling needs that. I think the only good thing I could say about Sterling is you're not a permanent Arsenal player. More than anything, physically now, like physically, you look finished. You ain't
nah.
got a
He's
yard of
done.
pace. You look
He's done.
heavier. It's dark right now for Sterling.
He's done. And that's the thing is that is he if it just wasn't so he did play like garbage, but if it wasn't 5-1, then there's a
It's like
bigger
what Catch is saying here.
there's a bigger
Callie's my guy,
there's a
but if
bigger
you don't get a goal, it's mad. Like the left backs are bagging.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean it's
It's
been the
dark, man.
story. And that's the thing about Sterling is that he's just hasn't. If he
Rice did deserve a goal.
what happened against PSV, if that had happened and he had been performing the rest of the season, people would have been fine. People would not have said anything. It was
Yeah, would
already
have got
five
some
one and all.
leeway.
But it's the fact that it's open gates season. Everybody's just getting in, right? Everybody's getting in on the party and all that. And the one guy that we need to get going is the one guy that when it's open gate season doesn't get in on the party. So that's
Exactly.
what
All the girls
he's
want to chat to guys, and he's the one guy that
yeah,
can't pull. Like he can't
that's
come in this section again. Like
that's
he's
what he's
fucking mad.
suffering from. And yeah, he has to hold it until he yeah, just score. It's simple. Perform, score. I don't get how his fitness worries. Like, does he not like what the hell's going on with his weight, bro? You're 30. You what? Sterling's 31. Like, come on,
30,
you
turning 31 later this year. Like
professional. Eat a less of the beef patties. Eat a freaking salad for me one time,
too
please.
much curry goat, man. He needs an idle
You
diet,
you can
man.
have all the curry goat you want in like 2-3 years. You can have that for breakfast, lunch, dinner. For
He's
now,
probably
please.
gonna have that now, man. His career look like. Aren't you concerned? Like, obviously, I don't want to. I never like kicking a man while they're down, yeah. And technically, you're employed by at least a year for Chelsea, and you're earning big money. And definitely with what you're doing at Arsenal, no one's gonna be onto you. But like,
Yeah,
do you think his career is done at the top level? Because Chelsea looks a myth. We're not gonna buy him. I don't know
yeah,
where you go after this.
yeah. Nah, it's at the top level. It's done. It's unfortunately it's done. And I don't think he's one of them guys. I don't think he's the guy's a yard. I don't even remember seeing him but about the club. Nah, he does rip the yard man. He's Marvelly. That's Marvelly's finest. What you saying, bro? That dude is sick. Nah, but I think he's done. And unfortunately he's not like I don't think he's one of them cats that will that the cats in Saudi will
They
be
got more money
jumping
than sense,
onto.
and they're not buying Sterling. You'd be crazy
Yeah,
to buy
they,
Sterling.
they want guys. They want guys that can sell you, that can sell
Sterling be getting
jerseys for them.
lashings over them sides for these performances. I can't lie.
Yeah, and he's not selling jerseys, so no one really can think he might have to just ego wise, bro. It's hard to accept. That's probably why. And also that paycheck, man. Giving up that paycheck, bro. He makes 300 and something bags a week. Going from that back to like 20. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money but going down from 320 to 60, 50,000 a week that's a
You
huge
think he's
hit.
lost his hunger?
Uh maybe. Maybe that's the thing. I would have to know what he is like personally. Is he material driven? Is he like so? Is he money driven? It's looking like he's definitely lost his hunger. It's I mean, because
Lost everything really from a
yeah,
footballing
bro.
point of view.
Because
Everything.
honestly, you know what? The more I think of it, we're babying this guy like it. The guy is 30. The guy is 30, and
Unfortunately, it's a charity case.
we're already accepting that, oh, he's done physically. No, he's not, bro. LeBron James is 40 years old, and he's the fittest guy in the freaking NBA, and Sterling can't even do nothing. It's crazy. It's honestly insane. I just don't get how you just let yourself go like that. But yeah, nah, he's attitude wise, if I'm a coach, if I'm a front office, if I'm running a club and all that, I'm looking and I'm seeing what I'm seeing at Arsenal. I'm like, nah, I'm not giving this guy a contract.
It's dark,
It's
man. It's
joining
dark.
your
It's dark. And
it's,
at
it's
this
time
point,
joining your
I just think he's falling off. Like I don't think Sterling's a bad egg. I'm pretty sure he's training. I just think your time's done. Like it's over. Like I do hope this is the last time. Like what Arthur's saying here, that he's our last Chelsea kind of reject, or not even reject.
we need to
Stop shopping in Chelsea's
yeah,
bins.
we need
Like
to we need
stop
to we need to
dumpster diving.
that I don't care who it is. It could be
You've polished
it
the
could
turd
be
in Kai Havertz. Enough's enough now.
it could be messy. It could be messy. It could be Lord knows who. I am sick and tired of that. I mean, this trend started so long ago, bro. It started, how far back can who did we get from Chelsea? I mean, people like
Gallas,
Dallas,
Lasana,
Dallas,
Diarra, Petr Cech,
Dallas,
Kai
Lasana.
Havertz.
I'd forgotten about Lasana.
Jorginho's been a lot better than Bearman, actually. Jorginho's probably been a bit better. We didn't technically buy William, but William was a free agent.
When we bought
Raheem
Lasana,
Sterling.
we thought we were buying Makelele 2.0. And then
To be fair, Lisandro
Lasana,
Diarra, he cut after like 6 months, so I allow him a
yeah,
bit. Gallas is
he
the
didn't
worst.
like
Sterling's
he
not
didn't
worse
like
than Gallas.
London.
David Luiz. Another one. Luis was,
It's
you
got to
know what?
stop.
Luis weren't the worst. He had his issues, but he weren't the worst.
It just for a pride's sake,
Gallas is the
let's
worst for me.
stop with
Scumbag.
this whole even in any emergency, let's stop with this whole because these guys want to stay in London, we can get a deal for them. No, let's stop with this whole nonsense. No more shopping at Chelsea. Because you know what? Look at their squad. Guess what they're gonna be doing? They're gonna be dangling all those guys because how many contracts do they have on their books? They have like 40 guys. They're Trevor Chalobah. They're Trevor Chalobah training at Cobham with the kids. That's how many people they have. So
And done him dirty.
they're gonna
Unless
be
it's
trying to
Palmer,
do
yeah.
that.
We
Even
wouldn't
him,
mind
just
Palmer, but
just
that's a
just
myth.
from a pride sake, even him. No, hell no.
What?
Maybe go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Then I'll
You
get you from
wouldn't
somewhere else.
take, not that they're going to
Direct
give us Cole Palmer, but you
from a
wouldn't.
from a pride standpoint, I'm just sick and tired of
The fuck
buying
you
these
talking about,
Chelsea
Zah, man? Like,
guys.
what? It's Cole Palmer.
It's
What are you
it
talking
won't
about?
work out. I know. None of these Chelsea guys have worked out. Somehow, some why, something will happen and it won't work out.
So let's, this hypothetical world, yeah. Cole Palmer wants to leave Chelsea. Let's not even do too much with the transfer fee. Let's say 50, 60 million quid directly from Chelsea to Arsenal. You're not having that. You're bugging. You're smoking something over them sides, man. The 7-1 did something to you, man.
No, logically, I would have him, but I'm just sick of shopping at freaking Chelsea. I am just sick and tired of shopping at freaking Chelsea, and they just never work out, bro. It's just like Petr Cech, for example, went from being the greatest thing in Gates in the Premier League, and all of a sudden we get him, and
Because we
he
get
had
them when they're
what,
in the
like
retirement home, man. We got,
one good
unfortunately, we
season.
signed Petr Cech when he had Alzheimer's and dementia and that. He weren't Petr Cech. Like,
Havertz, Havertz. It's
we
I
got a tune
mean,
out of Havertz, but we shouldn't. You know what? Havertz is different because I think we did that to ourselves. We shouldn't have went there, bro. But you're
yeah,
right. Shouldn't have done that. Jorginho's probably been one of the better ones, but we've got about what we paid for, not a level
yeah.
raised
It's
off.
that's
Louise
the
the
thing.
same.
It's we were getting a squad, a fifth central midfielder, a squad player central midfielder, and he's done that. He's done well. Guess who out of the entire squad, in terms of like, all right, he hasn't been playing for 10, 20 games and has to come in for one game. There's very few people in that squad I trust more than Jorginho in a situation like that. All the other guys, I'd say, okay, all right, get him minutes, get him going, the momentum and all that. But Jorginho, one off. El Neni was like that with me. Them two for them one-off games, you could trust those guys, throw them in, and they're big game performance.
I saw well, I didn't see him physically, but I saw videos of Jorginho at Notting Hill Carnival. So I'll always allow him. I've got time for Jorginho,
He
man.
was
I've
whining
got
at
time. He's a real
Carnival.
G. I've got time for him.
No way he was in Carnival.
Yeah, he was there, man. He was there with his buggy. It was going on social media. He was there with his kid's buggy, and that Jorginho's cool, man. Jorginho can stay. Jorginho can get another year's contract for that very reason. He's a real G, man.
I need to
But
do. I need to do the Notting Hill. I need to do the Notting
yeah,
Hill
you do,
Carnival.
man. August settings is lit.
I
Do you
need
know
to
what?
do
Yeah,
all
'cause
the
some people.
carnivals. I've done the Miami one. The Miami one
I've
is
never
was
been.
all
I heard
right.
it slip. My brethren is when I heard it slip, man. I heard
The
it slip.
Miami one's all right. I want to do Trini for sure. Trini, and
Trinidad, that's on my bucket list. All of them things are on my bucket list, man. The cheeks,
yeah, oh yeah, everywhere.
allegedly. I mean, the music, the culture, the vibes, the freedom. Like that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
The food and all
Yeah, the
that.
food, all of that stuff. I see no evil, hear no evil. My eyes are up there. I don't
we
know what's going
gotta.
on. Like, let's get into some of the questions people are saying. People, get your questions coming in, man. Because yeah, man, there ain't
What's
too much.
going on with the sporting director, bro? We getting this
All right, you
guy or
know what? We
what?
could go there. I was gonna go to these lot, but I've got the tabs ready, man. We can, if that's where you want to go with
I
everything.
woke
Let's
up. I
go.
woke up and I saw. I woke up and I saw something that had me like,
Well, let
what
me
the
take you. Let me
fuck?
take you and everyone on a trip on a trip, man. People like Snipe.genius who said he's late. He's at work. Pick up the 9 to 5ers and grinders. Apparently, Sammy Maltbell said Jason Ito has made it to the final four of Arsenal
Yeah,
Sporting
we're down
Director
to like
shortlist.
4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Englishman has impressed internally during his stint, but some influential individuals see merit in hiring a
What?
high-profile, experienced
What?
candidate.
What? Tell me what he is impressed by. What is he? What has he
I don't,
done,
I don't know because
brother?
we'll
He
get on to
hasn't.
this guy. But what do you think
What
Jason
player has he
Ito's doing?
negotiated? That's the thing. Is that what did he do? The guy has been in charge. So Edu left beginning of the season. Calafiori, Marino Calafiori Marino, I can guarantee you, actually, Calafiori Marino and Neto, I can guarantee you all three of those are not his contacts. So it's like, what has this guy done so well that he's being touted as, oh, we might have this gem of a thing? And maybe I'm naive, deluded,
Maybe he
maybe
stood.
I
What if he
don't
stood firm
know.
to his principle to the club's principles in January and didn't buckle under bringing in certain players despite
If you
pressure from
don't
the fans? Like,
if you don't
yeah,
spend money, if you don't spend money, the Cronkies will give you a promotion. I just saw directors. I just saw from the notes from our financials that one of our directors, one of our the non-executive directors, just got a raise. He got like £600,000 raise. I'm like, oh, good job, buddy. We
must be
did
nice,
nothing.
man.
Did nothing. Bought Calafiori, Marino, and all that. So yeah, maybe I'm naive, and it's hard to really judge day on a day-to-day basis when there's no, when you're not like at the actual club physically. And all
Yeah, when
coaches
you're
are
not a
easy.
fly on the wall and that.
Coaches are easy because they're a pure reflection of the team. But how do you judge a sporting director, on a day-to-day basis, especially one
So
that
then, aren't you
just
being harsh
started
to Jason
started?
Ito then? If it's hard to judge him, shouldn't we give him a chance? Hasn't everyone got to start somewhere?
You're right about that. Everyone does start somewhere and all that, but let's stop with this whole. What I don't like is this whole narrative that the club is pushing with their little mouthpieces in the Daily Mail guy and the athletic people saying that this guy is revolutionary. He's the greatest thing ever.
Speak to
Because
those
I
whose
know.
opinions matter at the club, as they like to put in sentences.
Yeah, because I know exactly what they're setting up. I know exactly what they're setting up. The fans want somebody new from outside, but they're sprinkling the little icing on top of the cake and all that just to butter you down to say,
Make
oh,
you
this guy's
rationalize
doing
this
well.
and get on board,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's like, oh, this guy's doing well. See, they keep reminding us, oh, Jason Ato, Jason Ato. So we'll see how that pans out. I mean, this guy, what he built the Atletico team. He built
Correct.
the Atletical team that
Apparently cancelled talks with AC Milan.
to
We just heard that it's a four-man shortlist, but we're led to believe, or were led to believe in the last few days, that Berta was going to be the guy. I'm all on it.
yeah,
I'm all for it.
yeah. No, someone new, get someone new from outside. He's
Experience.
built teams elsewhere. These are good new contacts that we. So that's why I prefer someone external and not the Ato guy because
100% I told a yes, man, but go on.
we need the new contacts. We need the new network. We need the new contact. I believe this guy he's Italian too, right?
Mm. 58, 59 years of age or something like
we
that. He's
haven't
experienced,
we
man.
have we really been great? Have we been really been great in Italy? Not really. I mean, what Tomiyasu, Calafiori, what other Italians? Well, Jorginho came from Chelsea, but it's like from Serie A, really, we don't.
Kivio.
Kivio, yep, Kivio, yeah, recently. I'm trying to even think back. From Serie A, we don't really do much shopping out there, so it might be good to get somebody that's familiar with
Even
the
South
league, familiar
America,
with
man. You look at
people.
what he did with a lot of players, man. Just get us some competitive duns.
Yeah, but the South America with Edu, we were doing the Brazilian, the Kia eruption
We're buying
clients.
shit guys. We came back from Brazil with
We
Pablo
ran
Marie,
through
who's actually Spanish, and Marquinhos, really dead.
we ran
Martinelli as
through
well,
all
but he
of
can't claim the Martinelli one.
Kia eruptions clients, the Luises, the Williams, Marquinhos, that's who screwed us. That's what actually screwed us, deluded. Edu's relationship with that idiot Kia eruption is
Can you
what
just
screwed
blame
us.
on? But is that right though? Because one, can you just blame Edu? And two, this guy needs to have good relationships with the Kaya Jarupkins and all of these guys of the world. We need your contact
Yeah,
book. So is it
yeah.
is it is it really something to hit someone with and say just doing his black book? Because Edu's black book, for all the L's, we know that Arteta and them man wanted Garcia. We couldn't get Garcia. Edu's black book got us a second choice keeper in Neto, whether we agree with it or not. So is that a bad thing, having a black book or having a good relationship with agents? Because you could argue our improving relationships with agents versus Arsene Wenger, we've opened up the door to certain other conversations now. Wenger, there was so many players we knew we weren't getting because of Arsene Wenger, and to a slight degree, Alex Ferguson at United. So is that always fair, those are?
No, that's actually the key. The key is the for that job is the relationships with the agent. I mean, I'm just bitter. I'm just bitter because
Nah, I'm with you.
the Edu signings didn't work out. That's the only reason why I'm bitter. But I mean, it was it was phenomenal knowing going into negotiations, knowing that okay, because this guy is Edu's friend, he's also Edu's agent. Once you see the whole Arsenal is in talks with this player that is that's Jeruption's client, you pretty much could pencil it in as done. It's just we're just now talking numbers, and he gets his 20% and all. So
You
that's
taking
what we
Yossi
need.
Benayoun?
This is the one that shocked me. This is the one where I was like, "What?
Because
We're
him and
going
Rosicki are still being thrown
Benayoun?
around.
We're doing Benayoun?" Yeah, apparently he's been in. I don't know where he's been at, man. But apparently he's been in football. He's been in football. Benayoun, one of the all time Arsenal low knees. What a time! What
We ain't
a
got time for that,
time!
man.
Castro Benayoun, what a time that was, bro.
We ain't got time
But
for this guy, man. Like, you
yeah,
ain't
I
got
mean,
no experience.
that's
I'm
the
having
thing.
Rosicki before him, and I
That's the
don't want
thing.
either.
That's the thing. It's like a former player. What, he's just retired, probably in the last five or so years,
And he said he's
if
also
that,
a
five,
pro
10 years.
licensed coach. So, like, are you trying to do the coach thing or the director thing? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We've tried this before.
How big is his contact book? I don't know. I
Yeah,
think
who
that
are you
that's
in the director world? Who are you? Who are you?
exactly a
What have you done?
situation. A situation like that is we're not. I think Arsenal's more beneficial to him than
Exactly.
he is beneficial to Arsenal.
Exactly.
We're giving him pedigree in these negotiations and all that. Does he have a contact book, a client
No
book
more
that is big
apprenticeships,
and
man.
all that?
Unless you're
I
Wanyeri
have
and
no.
Lewis
I
Kelly.
don't know. If he has contacts, listen, deluded. If he has contacts, I'll take anybody. I'll take
Yeah,
the
but he
biggest.
ain't got no experience. I hear
I'll
that.
take the biggest
You're right.
contact book thing. But does he?
Because if
I
you're
don't
if you
know.
if you're yeah, I hear that. But if you're making to be fair, Zar, if you're making a case for Benayoun, you gotta make a case for Jason Ito because Ito's actually been here. He's worked on deals. He knows a couple languages. Not saying Benayoun don't. If you're rationalizing the Benayoun thing, I
Yeah,
can't lie to
actually,
you. Then
yeah. I
Jason
guess
Ito
that's
might as well
fair.
take it.
That's
Surely,
You do bring up a very good point. You do bring up a very good
you're
point.
not wrong, but
So it's yeah.
I'm not on the apprenticeship thing no more, man.
What do we want? I want a big contact book. Whoever out of that short list has the biggest contact book that we don't have already, that Arteta does not have. Arteta will have like the Spanish thing unlocked. He'll have the Premier League and the former City and all that. I mean, he's liked. He's liked as much as us Arsenal fans like it or not, or these trolls in the comments like it or not, the general consensus in football, right? He may not have the trophies and all that, but ask the players, every single player will tell you Arteta is a damn good coach.
And in the
So
footballing world, they rate Edu as a sporting director. So
yeah,
I do think generally what us fans feel, and to be honest, I only really care
it's
what the
it's
fans
it's
feel because we
weird.
see it, and that's two different things.
It's yeah. So let's get somebody with a big contact book, and
They
it's
got to be
like,
able
are
to
we are
read though,
we
as
are
this
we
comment.
are we here's now my next thing that I'm moving on to, right? The next thing that I'm moving on to, have we done this too slow? We've done this too slow, because now what, we're still down, we're not even down to like two, we're down to like
We're
five.
in March.
it's
Edu
it's in
left in
March.
November.
It's in March.
Season's
the
done
the
in a couple
window
months.
the window opens the window opens in 3 months. You know how long it takes to get a car. You know how long it takes to get a sign, especially a marquee one, especially the kind of signings that we need, the level raises,
And we
bro.
need a summer like when we bought Rice in. And what I mean by that is we was moving kind of quickly. Like we kind of done this
those,
kind of early.
but
Even
even the
Zinchenko and
right,
Jesus summer.
those negotiations take months. Those negotiations, so the signing that then happens with Calafiori, right, in that window in August. The initial contact for that might have been like in January or even earlier.
Or even earlier, yeah.
Or even earlier. So it's do we have enough time on the clock now? Is this guy gonna be able to come in? Because we're in a delicate situation. We're at the level where next season the guy that we're bringing in has to be a level raiser. It has to
Oh,
be
are we being
guys.
too harsh to him then, Zar? Because you look at Berta, obviously he's talented, and I'm sure he'll, even if he's got everything we want, talent ID, contact books, knows where the next generations are at, knows if we want to go and buy a big name player, how to get it done, yeah. But at the end of the day, he's only one man, and he can have all the ideas if he wants. If his voice is not being put on an equal platform as some of the bigger voices, he's kind of crippled. And also, we have to give him the luxury of adapting to the working practices at this club. And he's got bare
Yeah,
things to do. Like, you need to bring in players, you need to let players go,
negotiate
you need to deal with new
contracts. Yeah,
deals. There's a lot for one man. Obviously, not one man is doing this. There's sub teams in that, but are we placing too much hope in him? Like, to get it done immediately. I'm with you, because I don't think the club have any excuses. I think in the summer we need to address the areas we need to address, because it could turn very ugly if it goes south in the first few weeks of the season. But are we putting too much
that's
expectation
where
on one man in a couple of weeks to a couple of months at best?
we've done it to ourselves, deluded. We have done it to
Definitely.
ourselves. If we had these last two seasons, if we had lifted a trophy, that would have bought us so much time. That would have bought us so much time. That would have been, if we had lifted a, it actually, life could have been completely different right now as we speak. Because if we had lifted a trophy last season, I would have been fine with Aita. I would have been like, oh yeah,
No,
fuck
that's
it.
an idiot thing. I don't know what you're on
Bro,
there, though.
with the trophy hangover, trophy after 20 something years, bro. I am fine with any bullshit for the next like 4 or 5 years.
I hear that, but that we should move even more serious.
It's
Experience,
it's
man.
just
Let's make this the minimum. I hear it.
it's now. So that's what I'm saying. It's I would have been, but now because we didn't win, we're desperate to win. It's been such a long time, and it feels like we're right there. That unfortunately is the pressure that is going to come with the job of sporting director at Arsenal Football Club.
And his
That is,
reputation, because he's
it's
helped
gonna be
Atletico do it as
get
well.
get the deals done immediately, get a marquee signing in immediately, and let's go next season. Let's see what your marquee signing does for us next season. If he then wins us a title, guess what? Berta will then be inscribed in Arsenal folklore with the likes of in that position that he's in, with the likes of David Dean. He'll be in the same sentence as people like David Dean. Not Ivan Gazidis, but David Dean. So it's
Mm,
it,
PTSD
it's
warning with
that's
that one.
that's it. That's where we're at. Where we have to get a guy in that gives us, that can get us a striker, that can get us. Is that how we should be? Is that how we should be hiring? Is that how we should look at our look
I
at
don't
our
think it. I
signings that
don't
we
think it.
want and see who has a relationship, work backwards kind of
I'm
thing?
sure.
Or
I'm sure everybody's got different relationships, and like, if I say a striker, like what Alabi wants to do, what Mikel Arteta would want to do, what Luis Campos would want to do, what my man Berto would want to do, they'd be very different. But I think we need to have a list of targets. If you want Isaac, if you want Sesko, if you want Osimhen, insert any name here, go out and get them. If you don't get them, show an ability to pivot, because we cannot be doing this keeping powder try. We tried. There's no there's no unique profiles available, and all the other jazz that in isolation sounds rationable, but it's peddled out to fans and said multiple times. They start to believe it, because as much as I do believe in future planning and longevity and resale value and all of this, fans always get in a trap, especially where there's buzzwords in football like phases and projects and transitions. You're always in that.
yeah,
It's never about the present. It's like I always say, Arsenal at this time, it's like being on a plane and never reaching your destination. You're just in the
what
in the
phase are
sky.
we in?
Yeah, like, or if we have reached the destination, as graphic as this is, the plane's crashed. Couple
Yeah.
survivors, Lewis Kelly and them man are surviving and calling for help, but we this is crashed now, and it's been stagnation in this third year. What are you saying for? So you are right. At the end of the day, regardless, because we didn't address the areas we needed to address in the summer. That does not necessarily
Now,
change
yeah.
just because Edu went. So the planning needed to start. What are you saying for Thomas Partey? Because there are some rumors that say he's going to get a new deal in Arsenal with open talks. Likewise, there's reports like this where Charles Watson said Arsenal have not started talks with Thomas Partey over a new contract. His current deal runs out this summer. Barcelona, Juventus, and PSG are all interested.
Yeah, this one's a tricky one. I like Partey the player. I like Partey the player a lot. I think Partey fit, Partey actually going is one of the best central midfielders on the planet. However, what I have seen this season, right? since his last big injury is that he has lost his step a lot. It's been drastic. It's now he's not the fufu eating party that of old. And I mean the
Real age
guy's
has caught
knees,
up to him, man. Shout out party.
yeah,
What come, uncle? Come on.
age and injuries, bro. That guy's been through a lot with injuries and all that. So is he mentally and technically, is he still a very good player? Absolutely. Physically, he's lost a step. Uh the only way I keep him, right, from a squad planning perspective, is if he accepts that Jorginho and Al Nani role, where he's not the go-to guy. We'll try get in a guy that Mikel likes or whatever. Zubamendi's been the main talk. I don't know how good that will work out and all. I mean, there's also bodies in the sense of people like Marino. We gotta create minutes for him. People like Lewis Skelly to develop, to create minutes for him. The Nwaneri, so they may need to be a system change a little bit. Do I like him as a player? Do I want to keep him as a squad player? Absolutely. He is not an asset that we can sell and actually get money for. It's the contract running out. So I would honestly, if he accepts, I would honestly try do a one-on-one with Partey. But that salary has to come down. That's where the main issue is. And to be honest, to be fair with you, bro, I don't know how far true the fact that Barcelona and Juve and all that are sniffing around. Is that more? I feel like that's more of a ploy from his agent to
Yeah,
try get
it could be
Arsenal
mind
to,
games. There could be an
yeah,
element of truth. It's just a game of charades at this
yeah. I
moment
think
in
his
time.
agent is trying to get Arsenal to move because Arsenal know that because of his injury record, I think Arsenal hold all the keys. No one really has got in. He hasn't signed a pre-contract because that would have been announced, and I mean it's already under 6 months, and also we'll see how it plays out. I think he wants to stay in London, the big Ghanaian community in London, and all. So I wouldn't mind having him, but as long as he accepts that Jorginho Al Neni role.
Are we necessarily gonna sign an upgrade on party? Is what I'd ask as well. Because yeah, we could have a debate about Zubamendi longevity, but at the point of walking through the door in training, yeah, is he and obviously nobody's watching Sociedad week in week out, but is he an upgrade on Thomas Partey? Is he pound for pound? Yeah, he's younger, he's fitter, he's more durable, and we know the injury stuff. But would he be an upgrade? Because then I have to
That's
wonder where we're at with it.
that's the key question. That's the key question. Is Zubamendi an upgrade? Another key question being that you could ask, deluded, is what's the deal with Rice? What are we doing with Rice?
This is clearly it's an eight
He's
thing with
also
Rice now.
I don't know. I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking this question because right, Partey's gone, right? There's a hole in that sixth position. Rice has to play. You know who else has to play? And you know where else we have to upgrade? We have to upgrade at striker. You know who else has to start? Kai Havertz.
I don't know about has to start, but he has to get minutes.
He
Like,
has to. He has to start. He's on a start as he's. That's the deal he has with Arteta.
nah,
He's on a
man,
starter,
bro.
bro. He's on 280. You
I
don't
hear all
sign
of
a
that, but
285
we
bag.
sign
It's
a striker and a
285.
centre mid. There's no has to start. If his form's out this well, great. He can't have to start. If
He
we want a big, I
he's
hear you, you're not wrong, but if we want to be a
yeah.
big club, we have to act like it, man. There's
No, no,
minutes for you,
and
Kai, but
I'm on your
get
side.
that. I hear the
That is
perspective you're saying.
that is my actual opinion. That is my actual opinion. That brother, I don't care how much somebody's getting paid. We should
Because
put the
then we're doing the
11
Sunday League club.
best
If
players.
if this is a Sunday League team, let us know. Because that's how everybody can get minutes. If we're trying to
But
win,
there's
if your form's out this well, do your thing. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
this
Kai,
ain't this
commit.
ain't this ain't unique to us. This is just how it works. That's the
Yeah, there's a
political world. That's
political
how it
aspect
works
to
at
why man
works at
start.
that's what works at that's how it works at my job. That's how it works at all the other clubs. The United had that problem. If you ask United fans for a while, now he's their best defender, but they had that issue with Maguire where because he was the big $80 million signing, but he was making mistake after mistake every single game, but the guy still had to start. That is where, unfortunately, we took the gamble with Kai Havertz. We gave him that big 285 your first team player, kind of,
And he's still only like
Havertz is a
25K, isn't it? He's
yeah.
still young.
Havertz is
Been around
top.
forever.
Havertz is top 3 highest paid at our club. He ain't sitting on the bench to do that. That's a guy that Arteta will make space for.
No,
And
Arteta has to make space if it's a that thing. But between
yeah, so
Saliba and Saka's new deals, if you bring in certain players, they have to. Like, if we can't do the kiting player, man. What are you saying
he's
for Martinelli? Because it says Barcelona are preparing and are prepared to offer 45 million euros. Now, whether this is true or not, Martinelli and Trossard have been linked with moves away. Would you accept 45 for Martinelli? Would you accept an
nah.
offer for Trossard? Who would you rather set out of both of them as well?
Martinelli, so Trossard, yeah. Martinelli has to be more. Age-wise, I know people think he sucks, but he's 22. He's 23, 22. He has to be a bit more. And I don't trust this whole Barcelona thing. It's like where Barcelona can't even register. Barcelona can't even register guys they have right now, but they link to every single player, every single Arsenal thing. But yeah, no, the Martinelli situation, he's another one. Where will he accept a squad role? We have to improve.
If you don't want to
We have
accept your
to
life, change
improve
it,
on
innit?
that.
Because right now, Kai, Trossard, Martinelli, you man are on the bench, bro. That don't mean you can't contribute, but you man are on the bench. We need a left winger, we need a striker, we need a centre mid. If your name, honestly, if your name's not Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Timber, David Raya, at present, Lewis Kelly, Ethan and Saka, Odegaard by default because you're going to play, everything's up for debate, bro.
Even
And
Ethan.
some of them names there are not even shouldn't even in an ideal world be regulars like that.
Ethan, what are we gonna do with him?
He's 17. He's cool, man. You're cool. He's cool.
Nah, bro, he's gotten, and that's the and
He's
this
gone.
in this he's gotten no gotten in this day and age, unfortunately. So that I would have been
Nah,
that would have been
calm down, Zah, man.
my same opinion 10, 15 years ago. 10, 15 years ago, that would have been my same opinion. But
So you
because of
believe
it,
Ethan has to start or he's kicking up a
brother,
fuss?
because of Instagram and Twitter and all
My
that,
sister's Instagram.
bro. Bro, I am telling you exactly how it happened, deluded. He bagged that goal he did against PSV. The second the final whistle went, they did their claps, they did their waves. Second he got under that tunnel into the changing room, he was on Instagram, seeing what
Yeah,
people
but what
say.
does that mean? Everybody's on Instagram, bro. Like, what's
You
Instagram got to
can't
do with him cutting? Cuz you
ego.
really
The Arsenal fan base has already anointed them. The football fan base have already anointed them a D1.
with Ethan
That guy,
Wanyeri's dad. This ain't. I can tell you for free. This ain't a thing. With the dad he has, this ain't a thing.
that
This
guy
this
can't be
ain't a
sitting
thing.
on the bench no
This,
more.
is, this guy didn't even know he had a boot deal for a number of years.
We will
He's
lose it.
trust me, it's not a that
I'm
thing.
worried. I'm worried about it because he's got the agent. He's got Cheeto's agent. He's the agent who whips up all the young
His
kids
dad,
from the
his dad's, he's
African
cool, man.
immigrants. I'm hoping.
And
Yeah,
even
I'm
Cheeto's
hoping he's.
agent, Cheeto's agent's a very good agent. Do you know
I'm
what I
hoping.
always say? If football clubs don't like an agent, there's an obvious reason. You look at their careers. He's got Saka. He had Nelson. He's got
Yeah,
Saka.
Reese
He's
Nelson.
got
All the African
Balogun.
kids. He won't be
He's got all of
Balogun.
them.
All the African kids. He
He's got
knows
all
all
the
of them.
talented Highlanders, and he always does well by them. But I just want
He
to know that
yeah.
I have to stick on this though. How is it like? Where do you think this ego, this Instagram thing for 1 year is coming from, bro? You're
Bro,
moving mad.
clicks. Let me tell you something. Clicks is now the currency. We clicks and likes is a currency we now deal in
You're
that
moving
is
mad.
valuable, bro. People will take their cats out here that will take 10,000 likes over an actual $100
Zaza
bill.
madman.
There cats out here that will take 10,000 likes over $100 bill, bro. Egos everything.
That's crazy.
That has me worried. The fact that these two guys, we have to make room for them.
There's gonna be
Skelly and
room,
Ethan.
but you think right now is where Wanyeri is gonna be doing up demands. I have to start or I'm going.
Yeah, it's that key. It's the key level of development, bro. It's the key level of
But he's 17.
he's looking around. He's seeing his peers. He's seeing Yamal. He's been handed the keys to Barcelona.
Yeah, Yamal's different with it.
But that's how they
Different.
think, though. That's what being an athlete. I mean, I work with these former retired athletes, the NFL guys, and all that. Every single one of them, they have no knees. They're all gone. They're all shot and all that. But you just say come, let's go, bro. He could have no knees or whatever. It will flip, and he just becomes an absolute killer. That's what these guys want to play. They need to be playing.
Of
They
course they
need
want to
those.
play, but like man, have to be self-aware. You're 17, like
They
you're
need
17.
their sponsors. Their sponsors. They need them on the field and all. We're in a difficult. I mean, it's a great place to be in. Granted, they're under contract for years and all that, but we really do need to start making
Gonna
space.
get new ones, new contracts. They'll get space, man. I actually think Ranieri might mean we don't sign another winger just because of his versatility.
Saka, you think he's the one competing with? I want him
I
to
just think
compete with
it's a
Odegaard.
it's a bodies thing. I just think the club could cheat. There's ways to get around things. Like in an ideal world, I think we need a winger. I think we need a 10. He can
Yeah,
play both those positions. We're not going to
right
get
side.
both of them.
I want him to compete with Odegaard.
I don't even think he's ready to play centrally like that. I just think even just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Like get minutes centrally, but you're not ready to excel centrally. You haven't become a marked man yet in the Premier League. Obviously, playing in central midfield, you need to be a lot stronger in the duels. You get a lot less time on the ball. There's an
Yeah,
element of playing
there's
in
no
tighter
space.
spaces. He's not. So with all of this being said, so how can you say like he's in the position where if you're not playing me Instagram, I'm gone. He's
I am
17.
no, I am just
He can't
putting
even buy
myself
Magnum
in.
yet.
No, look. So, for example, Aiden Hibbins,
But he's not
So
getting no minutes though.
I'm putting myself in these guys' situations. Aiden Hibbins, he looked at us, right, and he's like, "I want to play." We're like, "All right, we will play you." He looks and he sees there's Gabriel Saliba. We bought Calafiori. Yeah, we have 11 defenders on the thing.
Yeah, his pathway at left back, centre
They
half, and
ain't
centre mid
no,
is blocked. It's not
and
at
he's
United.
gotten to
Swimming
that
over.
level where they're 18. They have to be playing week in, week out somewhere for you to develop. Lose them. If Ethan isn't coming on, every single game, 18, 17, bro. He has to be playing every single game that we're playing in now.
Ah, give
Otherwise, you'll
over.
be
You don't have to
looking.
play every single game.
I'm not saying
Because then we
starting.
talk
I'm not
about
saying
resting
starting.
duns.
He can come on. He can come on off the bench and all
He's
that, but
definitely a
he has
key
to
player
be.
of this team, but
Yeah, he
you
has
haven't
to.
proven anything in the game yet. We've seen. I love Ethan, but you ain't proven nothing. We've seen many a young player come up, score a couple goals. Where they now? Your career's at 17. We make sure we have
But
the same
that's how it
conversation at
works.
27.
That's how it works, deluded. You know it, man. It's all it is one moment. That's literally all you need to get that paycheck. Jack Rodwell, key one. One moment, boom, disappeared when he went to Man City. Should have stayed at Everton. But you literally need that one moment. The other kid a few years ago, the West Ham black dude, what's his name? Oxford,
Reece Oxford.
Reese Oxford. Him. He had the one game. That kid, one game against us. He
We stay
literally
giving
had
people careers, man.
one
Declan Rice as
game.
well. There was the
One
next one
game
when
got
we
him a
played West Ham
contract.
the other day. I can't remember his name. Did very well.
Yeah, it's that's my main thing where this season, yeah, I mean it just so played out that because of the injury crisis and all, they're getting a lot of minutes and they're happy. Taking away the play time, the shine from him next season when
Timber
people like
Defo is
Saka
to
come
answer that
back.
question.
What did he say about Timber?
He said this Timber becoming one of our more key players. Literally,
Yeah. Mr. Consistent. Mr. Consistent at a high level. So
man
we'll
said,
see.
if you don't clip this, I
Clip
will.
this out. Like oh God.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah, man.
I think you're panicking, man. You're doing the
Put me on.
sky's falling thing. That
Nah,
could be. I think it holds weight, but it's too early, man. He just got in the first team, bro. Now you're there. Stay there. We know he's talented. We know you're consistent. We know you can be a match winner. Stay there now. You're playing for Arsenal. Whether you play for Arsenal, City, or whatever, you're going to be playing and competing not only against rival teams, but people that are bought for millions of pounds, people that are internationals. The same thing happens at Liverpool. The same thing happens. I think you're panicking a bit too early, man.
Yeah, these guys, man. I need they need their egos stroked. I mean, we're doing well this season because they're playing. But
I'd
I'm
love
just
to see
worried
down on
now when
Arsenal.
we
It's too
get
early, man.
the when we if we get any reinforcements up front, that's minutes being taken away from them when Saka and them come back. I guess we'll cross that bridge when that comes.
These are the
Arteta, it's
problems
now
I
on you
want to
to
have away from the
yeah.
evident ones at our front door.
That's what every big team. That's what every big team has. We're gonna have to start being like City. We're gonna have to start being like City, offering actual contracts to keep guys. That's the only way is upping more money
And I
so
think
we
this
can keep
season
them
has
on the
shown,
bench.
not just with Arsenal, but everybody needs a bigger squad, man. Like
Yeah,
whether that's
with
young players,
games.
whether that's holding on to the Smith Rowes and Eddie Nketiahs, you need a big squad. And actually, you're probably going to see a madness because I'm sure I could be wrong about Chelsea, but I'm sure Chelsea and City they're going to be in the Club World Cup in a couple of weeks,
Yeah,
couple of months.
right.
So
That's
and then you've got a World Cup year next year. So there's never going to be any rest. None of these players are getting rest.
yeah.
No one in football is getting rest. It's all a myth. So we need a
Yeah,
bigger squad.
not 30, 25, 30 man squad and all. But now that's the thing is that we need to start changing the way we need to start changing the way we talk about the Carabao Cup and FA Cups and all that. Start juicing them up a little bit because
Start winning them.
that's where the minutes are. That's where the minutes are. But once you're saying oh the FA Cup has lost the juice, kids are only gonna want to play in the Premier League. But I
And
will
that's
see. Dauman's another one that's coming through. I mean, he might be a bit off because what he's at under 18. Is he? Has
quality.
he started playing
Quality.
20? I think he might have started playing 21s actually.
He's played 21s here and there. He's playing for the 18s. It's timing for him, man. The man's a little kid. He's got it all, man.
Yeah,
Like
he's still a bit young.
we gotta take time, but I'll be surprised if like in a year or two
But
we're not
again,
speaking about him.
there's another situation. He's another one that was putting pressure on us. You remember when Wilshere left, releasing statements through his dad that he's upset.
I can't lie. Even if you're upset, man, get the fuck out of here about you being upset, bro. Like, welcome to the real life. This is Arsenal FC. This ain't no Max Dowman show.
Max
Who the fuck are
Dowman
you to be?
FC.
I don't believe that for what it's worth. But just in general, who the fuck are you to be upset? Get
Yeah.
into the real world. Managers leave all the time. People tell lies all the time. Teams are gonna make you sign a 4 or 5 year deal and then snake you. This is what football's about. I can't lie, man. This is Arsenal. Respectfully, maybe you could do that at Enfield Town or something. Like, you're a talented lad. That's why you're here. But you see, once you get into that first team, your talent's irrelevant. You're a top class, world class, potentially world class
Enfield
player,
Town.
among others. And that goes for all clubs. That's what it's about, man. Zah, it's
Where
been
is
amazing having you
Enfield
here,
Town?
though, man.
It's in London.
Pardon?
Where is Enfield Town?
Yeah, it's in London, North
It's in
London, North London, North London. Not just down the road, to be fair. Just
I
down the
remember
road.
who
Man.
was it? We had a bunch of our youth guys used to go there, John Terrell and then. But it's been fun, Deluded. It's been fun. Hopefully, we got United. We got United next and PSV.
PSV we can check out, man. I'd imagine
Yeah, that's
Ben
what I'm
White
saying.
gets
So
his
just
first start in a minute. Sterling starts.
if we
Maybe
just
even
didn't-
I don't even know. Maybe one of the
we-
other Haylenders that Arteta still didn't give minutes to couple man when we won
yeah, well, that
7-1.
Kabia guy. I don't know why he hasn't gotten anything, but if we're
Arteta don't rate
still,
them, man. It's clear. It's clear.
if we just get past United, PSV, it'll be quiet. It'll be
And there's
quiet.
Chelsea next week.
Quiet until Chelsea on these Arsenal streets. That's what I need, Deluded. I need some quiet Arsenal streets, bro.
And let people know they can find you, Zah, man. That's a quiet streets.
At the midget Zimbo, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I need to get back on the TikTok thing. I haven't been posting TikToks.
Yeah, man, you've been
I
off
need
the
to get
boil.
back on that. Yeah, no, I don't know what's been going on, but I gotta. This weekend, I'll get back to posting some nonsense on TikTok.
Approach them with caution as well, people. Follow him on TikTok, but I promise you, look, approach it with caution. You know
Yeah,
how
you can run
invasive
into
TikTok
something.
is. You will see some captions you don't want to see. See a lot of good content. You will see some shit that you don't want to see, man. So yeah, and again, Zah, it's always a pleasure. Hopefully next week when we do this, we're celebrating.
Hopefully I ain't sick. Hopefully I ain't sick, so they better win against Man United.
I mean, we've both been ill, man. I got to go take my tablets now, man. So yeah, man. People, I'm back at 4. Zah, God bless you and everyone in the chat. We link up again soon, Makili. In a bit.
There it is. Take it easy.
Say it.
Like